Hi everybody, I am Lorena from NTI and I am here at the clinic with Mrs. Wray and her husband Dwayne. Wray is having her last infusion today. So would you like to tell us something about your story with CRPS?
About 3.5 years ago, I slipped in some water, and that's where the story begins. Doctors said that it was a bad sprain in the ankle, a sprained wrist. It started turning in about 3-4 days. The swelling, the discoloration, and pain started. Which brings us to today.
Did you try other treatments before coming here?
Yes, I've had, I don't know, maybe 4 nerve blocks. I've had 1 week of ketamine injections at the Cleveland Clinic. I had steroid injections. I had physical therapy, occupational therapy, mirror therapy.
And did any one of these treatments bring some improvements or no?
None.
Not unfortunately.
No.
And how did you discover about us, about this Italian treatment?
So I have I've spent a lot of time just researching, Googling the CRPS, because I was under the impression that after the first doctor said that it was CRPS, that everybody else just looked at the chart and said, oh yeah, that's what it is, without looking at what the problem was. So I found this is the third place. One place we tried, no results. This one, after reading about it, it said that there were no side effects and that the medication will work over time. Unfortunately, it's not approved in the United States, so here we are in Italy.
Yes. So how was the treatment for you? Today is the last day. What about the infusion? Were they hard to go?
It's not been hard, but I noticed some improvement after the first treatment, and it's gradually gotten better. I had a little bit of bone aches the second and third time, I think. Maybe a little bit of fever, but other than that, nothing else.
Yeah, so with some rest, as you had yesterday,
Yes.
it was better, fine. And what about the physical therapy?
The physical therapy. On Monday after so my foot wasn't sitting straight. My foot was sitting like this, and the doctors kept saying, well, you know, you're doing that to protect yourself from the pain. I thought it was crazy. It had to be broken. But after the physical therapy on Monday, it's straight. It was straight on Monday. And the sensitivity, like you couldn't even touch the top of my foot or the top of my hand. And after physical therapy, you can touch both of them.
Yes, and today we saw during the last session that even the movement, the range of movement.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It's still a little hard to close it, but I was holding on to the therapist's hand, so
The strength.
the strength.
Yes.
The strength is there. It's just gonna take some time to get it closed.
Yeah, so you will need to keep on working on this and exercising along the next months.
Yes.
You also had the light therapy and the biophysical therapy that you could take in your hotel room.
Yes. The light therapy is like you can. So there's a little bit of heat that you feel, but there's some kind of sensation that's going on inside the skin. I don't know what to call it. It's not like bugs crawling all over you. It's like doing something else in there. But I think the light therapy helped. I don't know if the
biophysical.
I don't know if that helped any, but I do think that the light one.
Yes, it works on the whole body.
Okay.
So to rebalance your body and detox.
Okay.
So would you recommend to some other CRPS warriors this experience?
I would definitely recommend it, considering that we've spent a lot of our money on treatments that didn't work, and just like in this week here, something's working. So yes,
You
I
think
would
it's
suggest
worth
yes,
time?
I do.
Yes. So now we will keep in touch in the next months, in the future, because we like to know about your progression. So I recommend that you let us know
Okay.
how it will be going. And so this was about the medical part. What about your average experience in Italy?
The experience has been fine. There's a lot of spaghetti. There's no butter. So when you come, bring you on the butter for the bread.
Different tradition, different way of eating of food and wine. So
Oh, we didn't do any. I didn't do any wine at all. I think Dwayne might have sipped some wine one day. But yeah, wine was available at dinner every day. It's probably available at lunchtime too.
yes,
I
if you
think
like,
people
yes.
in Italy like to drink wine.
Yes. Okay, we had also the chance to visit a little bit Verona, to have a walk in Verona.
Yes.
Did you like the town?
Oh yes, that was really nice to see Juliet is home. If you're coming from the United States, the Juliet that we know is not the same Juliet here. It's a whole nother lady.
We have the original.
Right. The
We
original's
have the
here.
original.
And the Italian Alps, I thought that was beautiful. But where we were walking at over there, the little Coliseum,
Oh, the arena?
Coliseum, the
Yes.
arena was nice. The clock, what is it, 400 or 500 years old?
More.
It's just, it's really nice. It's the way that the city is, with like the restaurants at the bottom or stores at the bottom and then people living upstairs. It's what the states are coming to now. That's what it looks like in Ohio, in our shopping districts.
Fine. So, any suggestion that you may have for us? We always like to know how we can improve,
I don't have any suggestions, but I think that let's say if I had to come back, I'd rather be in an area where I could like get out and walk around and do different stuff, so that I don't just have to stay in the hotel room every day. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I can think of. You think of anything?
No.
And she had the hardest part having the treatment, but you have been very good as her caregiver. So thank you for helping us and helping
No
her.
problem. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for everything. Thank you for having been here with us.
Thank you for
And
having us.
The best wishes for your recovery.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we all look to hear your news in the next months.
Okay.
So good luck and keep in touch.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.